Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise effortlessly through life, while others spend decades struggling without progress? Why do some quietly follow hidden rules that open doors to power, wealth, and influence, while the rest of us keep pushing harder with little to show for it? Welcome to Prosperity Magic, where we uncover the secret codes behind success that most people never learn. Today, we're diving into 33 hidden rules of society. Unspoken principles that shape who climbs faster, who gets left behind, and how you can leap ahead by understanding what truly moves the world. Let's get started with rule number 1. Direct hit rule number 1. Why the upper class supports each other, and the lower class tramples each other in the upper echelons of society. People lift each other up. In the lower strata, they often tear each other down. Why? Because the elite recognize one another's strength. They know that stepping on someone powerful invites retaliation, fierce and equal. It's not a risk worth taking. So instead of conflict, they choose collaboration. Support. Strategic alliances that create mutual wins. But down below? Among those with limited means and options, there's a different dynamic. Everyone knows they're on similar footing, no real leverage, no real threat. So it becomes a survival game. People push each other down just to feel a bit taller. It's not about morality. It's about perceived power. And the sooner you understand that, the smarter your moves become. Direct hit rule number 2, the fastest way for ordinary people to evolve, go into seclusion, want to level up rapidly? Do what most never dare, retreat. Find a quiet space. One that meets your basic needs, but more importantly, cuts out the noise. No social media, no gossip, no distractions. Only emergency contact allowed. Then go deep. Spend days, even weeks, focusing on just one thing. The biggest question in your mind. The issue that nags at your soul. The challenge you've been avoiding. Research it. Meditate on it. Solve it. 2 months in this kind of seclusion can equal 5 years of confused living. Even Bill Gates practiced this, retreating for, think, weeks in total isolation. And each time he emerged with breakthrough ideas that changed the world. Direct hit rule number 3. Generational progress is a relay race. Stop worrying that you haven't reached the peak. You're not running a solo marathon, you're part of a relay. Your grandparents laid the first bricks in the countryside. Your parents brought the family to the town. You moved into the city. Now your child? They'll aim for the global stage. Each generation advances the next. You don't raise children so they can support you when you're old. You raise them so they can run farther than you ever could. A great family isn't built in one lifetime, it's forged over 3 or more. Every generation must push forward, build a stronger foundation, and pass the baton with pride. Direct hit rule number 4. Recognize others for their strengths, not their flaws. Want to lead? Want to build a powerful team? Then stop fixating on what people lack. If you only see flaws, you'll never trust anyone. You'll never delegate, and you'll never scale. But if you focus on strengths, even in flawed people, you'll unlock potential. You'll find value where others see failure. True mastery is using both a person's gifts and their limitations wisely. Direct hit rule number 5. Don't expect miracles from children if you don't give them a head start. You can't just wish for your kids to become dragons and phoenixes while giving them a nest made of twigs. A chaotic home, a bitter attitude toward learning, and no example of discipline or ambition, then blame them for bad grades? That's not parenting. That's sabotage. If you want your children to succeed, show them how it's done. A parent who levels up first gives their child a launch pad. Just a bit of effort from the kid then takes them further than 90% of others. But if parents stay stagnant, even a brilliant child may never escape the gravitational pull of poverty. Direct hit rule number 6. The 14 paths to change your destiny. Changing fate isn't magic. It's methodical. Here are the 14 levers you can pull. 1. Destiny. 2. Luck. 3. Feng Shui. 4. Good deeds. 5. Reading and education. 6. Reputation. 7. Appearance. 8. Mental clarity. 9. Mentors and benefactors. 10. Health and wellness. 11. Choosing the right partner. 12. Avoiding danger. 13. Enduring hardship. 14. Doing good without expectation. Now read that list backward. Start from doing good and climb your way to reshaping destiny itself. Direct hit rule number 7. Most people aren't lost. They're just programmed. Think everyone's wandering through life? Not really. Most aren't lost. They're just running default code. Born, study, work, marry, die, repeat, repeat, repeat. These are the NPCs of life, non-playable characters living predictable loops. They're not bad. They just don't question anything. But a few awaken. They gain awareness. They ask dangerous questions. They break the cycle and go off script. They don't just exist. They create. Don't waste your energy trying to explain this to everyone. Some won't get it. They can't. But if you're hearing this and it clicks, you might be one of the awakened few. Direct hit rule number 8. Seek power in every new environment. When you step into a new workplace, a new city, or a new circle, don't just blend in. Scan the room. Who holds the real power? Who influences the influencers? Once you identify them, don't rush in blindly. Be strategic. Use your skills, your presence, even small favors to create a connection. If you ignore this, you'll work hard but go nowhere. You'll waste time, energy, and opportunity simply because you didn't choose the right direction. Stay distant from power, and you risk fading into irrelevance, no matter how talented you are. End arrow OUTRO and call TO action. These are just the first 8 of 33 hidden rules that shape society. And already you can see how much of life operates in silence, unseen by those who don't know where to look. If even one of these rules sparked a moment of clarity in you, then this video has done its job. But we're not stopping here. In the next episodes, we'll reveal the remaining 25 truths. And they only get more mind-shifting from here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because prosperity magic is where truth meets transformation. And remember, it's not just about working harder. It's about learning the game. See you in the next one. Previously, we explored the first 8 hidden rules of society, from the power of strategic alliances to the transformation that comes from intentional solitude. Now, let's continue uncovering the truths that often go unnoticed but shape every aspect of life. Glowing star rule number 9. When you get noticed by the right people, your limits disappear. It doesn't matter how talented you are if no one powerful notices you. But when influential and capable people start paying attention, your potential suddenly stretches beyond your own imagination. This is why it's critical to be seen by the right eyes. Without that recognition, your ceiling stays low. But with it, that ceiling vanishes. Glowing star rule number 10. Don't expect too much from others. The more you expect from others, the more pain you invite into your life. If you believe that people are inherently good, you're bound for disappointment. But if you accept that not everyone acts out of kindness, you'll experience more peace. Conflict reveals the true nature of people, and the bigger the stakes, the clearer their motives become. So stop hoping others will save you or stay loyal. Instead, build your own value. Because without personal value, talking about love is just romantic fantasy, a chain around your neck and theirs. If your wallet is empty, talking about morality, conscience, and pride won't help you. Money shapes how others treat you. When you're strong, the world becomes kinder. Blaming your boss or your partner for your setbacks after you've given up on growing, that's weakness. Become someone they think twice before hurting. That's real power. Glowing star rule number 11. Your origin only defines your first 20 years. Yes, your family background matters, but only for the beginning. After that, it's the people around you who shape your trajectory. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Their average income is probably your income, too. Surround yourself with low-energy, low-ambition minds, and you'll be pulled down. Instead of building your own boat from scratch, borrow someone else's. Learn from their knowledge, their network, their experiences. If you can catch up to someone truly exceptional and stay close, in just 2 years your life could transform. Glowing star rule number 12. The art of human interaction is understanding human nature. Every person has weaknesses. Understand them. Then use those weaknesses or incentives to reach your goal. Start small when offering favors, a little at first, more over time. That way, your kindness sticks. If you start big and pull back, people forget your generosity and feel cheated. Want respect? Begin strict, then gradually loosen up. Start soft, then become strict. They'll resent you. And remember, generosity and authority should be given in moderation. Too much, too often, and people become dependent or resentful. Glowing star rule number 13. Most creativity is just a lack of knowledge. Many who claim to be creative thinkers are simply unaware of the vast knowledge that already exists. If they truly had original thoughts, they'd have Nobel Prizes by now. Most new ideas are reimagined versions of past ideas. True creativity is built on a foundation of knowledge and experience. You must study deeply before you can innovate meaningfully. Only with serious learning can inspiration come. And when it does, the goal isn't to be creative for the sake of it, it's to solve real problems that people care about. Glowing Star Rule number 14, the smart understand that value, not labor, makes money. Money flows to value, not effort. It's not about working hard. It's about moving value around, creating exchanges, leveraging time. Money is a tool, an energy, a resource, a gift. People who grasp this don't waste time in petty internal politics. They act. They let go of what can't be fixed and move forward. When you act in harmony with natural laws, when you truly see human nature and the invisible rules of society, you stop struggling and start flowing. Glowing Star Rule number 15. Discipline brings clarity. As you focus more on self-discipline and growth, something powerful happens. Your mind clears. In 1 to 2 years, you begin a new chapter. Old connections fade. Confusion lifts. Negative energy disappears. Your face changes. Your aura improves. And most importantly, life starts to align. This is the reward for cleansing your energy. It's not about magic, it's about elevation. Glowing Star Rule number 16. Everyone pays the price for their awareness. Einstein said it best. You can't solve a problem from the same level that created it. Raising your awareness doesn't just give you answers, it makes certain problems disappear. People with low awareness waste every second worrying. Those with higher awareness build solutions or move on. True growth comes from challenging your own perspective. That's where transformation begins. Glowing Star Rule number 17. Be smart in planning, but persistent in action. Life requires 2 skills. The wisdom to choose the right path, and the stubbornness to walk it without quitting. Pick the wrong road, and all your hard work leads nowhere. But pick the right one, and your job becomes simple. Stick to it, even if progress is slow. Many fail because they quit too early. Others fail because they never thought carefully before starting. Success requires both brains and grit. Glowing Star Rule number 18. Ambition without timing is just frustration. Even with talent, even with ambition. If the timing isn't right, you won't break through. But don't despair. Use the quiet seasons to build. Study, train, read, learn. Fill your reservoir. Because when your moment arrives, and it will, you'll be ready to unleash everything you've stored up. That's how fortunes are made in silence. Top arrow before you go. If these truths opened your eyes even a little, then imagine what the remaining 15 rules will do. Subscribe now to Prosperity Magic and drop a comment below. What rule hit you the hardest today? Your engagement keeps this content alive. Let's build wisdom together. Stay tuned for the next episode because the deeper we go, the more powerful you become. Rule number 19. Don't give others a chance to harm you. Have you ever lent money out of sympathy, only to be ghosted later? At first, you feel betrayed. But then comes the hard truth. It wasn't just their fault. It was yours too. Why? Because you gave them the opportunity to do wrong. Those who are truly wise rarely give others the chance to betray them. They know if you must offend someone, do it early rather than later. When someone asks to borrow money, a truly smart person replies clearly, "When I have it, I'll consider it." Clear boundaries save both sides time and dignity. It's not always about how bad someone is, it's sometimes because we're too kind. Just because you wouldn't harm others doesn't mean others won't take advantage of you. Learn this early. Go with people's nature and you'll go farther. Glowing Star Rule number 20. Social grace is not submission. It's strategy. Many people confuse politeness with self-erasure. They flatter, bow, toast endlessly, open doors, dress carefully. All in hopes of being liked. They suppress their own emotions, bend over backward to please others, and call it social skills. But true interpersonal mastery comes from knowing your own strength, your value, your principles, your non-negotiables. You attract people not by lowering yourself, but by becoming so valuable that others seek you out. Stop enduring what you shouldn't. Respect starts with self-respect. Glowing Star Rule number 21. Start hustling early, or risk regret. If you're past 20 and still haven't grasped the joy of hard work or the necessity of making money, you're already behind. Beware the voices that preach slow living and peaceful simplicity. Many who push that lifestyle are simply struggling themselves. Or worse, trying to dull the fire in youth. Don't let your prime years be drained unknowingly. Fall in love with productivity. Learn to enjoy the process of value creation. Because even friendship, health, and family all require resources. If you're earning just a few dollars a month, ask yourself honestly, can you sustain that lifestyle for the next 10 or 20 years? You owe it to yourself and your family to do better. Glowing star rule number 22, mental strength comes from pain, not comfort. Many successful people got there because they never encountered true evil. They had supportive colleagues, good friends, trustworthy partners. Their world remained safe and their optimism remained intact. But those who faced betrayal, toxicity, and abuse, they had to survive darkness before they could shine again. Only those with deep inner power can fully recover. Others bear lifelong scars. In life, you're either untested and naive or tested and reborn. So never look down on those who seem broken. Sometimes, they've simply faced more battles than you ever imagined. Glowing star rule number 23. Real growth is turning knowledge into action. Understanding a lesson isn't enough. True maturity means applying what you've learned. Real transformation begins when you shift from learning to thinking, and finally to doing. Spend 10% of your time learning, and 90% executing. Some can turn one workshop into a small business. Others study for years but remain stuck. Measure your growth not by how much you know, but by how effectively you use it. If you're not using what you've learned to produce results, you may not be progressing at all. Glowing star rule number 24. Life isn't fair. It's generational from birth. We are not equal. And the real competition isn't just between individuals. It's between generations. Look at the grandparents and parents of those who succeed. What were they doing when they were young? Many families build layer upon layer of wealth, mindset, and knowledge. Others pass down nothing. And if your generation must start from zero every time, how can you compete? Saying, "My children will make their own luck," is just an excuse. It's not noble. It's neglectful. Equip your children with more than just hope. Give them a foundation. Glowing star rule number 25. The madness of capital gains. In Vietnam, there was the Van Thin Fat Group. In China, a man named Louis secretly controlled over 10 rural banks in Hunan. He was smart. Too smart. He used shell shareholders, proxies, and legal gaps to stay invisible. Even investigators couldn't find his name in official records. He hijacked the power of internet platforms like Baidu, JD.com, and Xiaomi to expand rural banking beyond local limits. Tens of thousands were affected. He wasn't just clever, he was connected. At 29, he landed a highway project. Then he built an empire of influence. Before things collapsed, he quietly transferred his nationality to Cyprus, a British Commonwealth country and EU member. With a passport granting visa-free access to 171 countries, he escaped to the US just before the crash. And with no extradition treaty in place, he vanished along with the money. Whether victims will recover their losses depends on one thing: was the money considered a deposit under insurance law? Glowing star rule number 26. From age 20 to 30. Build your mental framework in your 20s. You must construct your inner compass. Don't chase trends. Study core principles. Build your worldview from timeless truths and tested systems. All else is noise. Don't just read passively. Filter what matters. Extract truths, discard fluff. True wisdom fits in a sentence. False teachings fill shelves with nothing. White heavy checkmark. If you've stayed with us this far, congratulations. You're not just listening, you're transforming. Subscribe now to Prosperity Magic and share your thoughts below. What rule challenged your mindset the most? Stay with us. The next chapters are the most powerful yet. Rule number 27. Understand the nature behind every facade. The root of war is the seizure of resources. The root of love is satisfaction and possession. The root of human behavior is survival. The root of business is equivalent exchange. The root of money is value. And the root of relationships? Mutual exploitation. We must learn to see through appearances and focus on the essence. Strip away the distractions and identify the core of every situation. That's where real clarity begins. Glowing star rule number 28. Don't teach unless they're ready to learn. Confucius once said, if a student hasn't reflected deeply, don't reveal to them. If they haven't tried to express themselves clearly, don't guide them. Teaching only works when someone is truly eager to learn. If a person can't deduce 3 things from the one thing you've taught them, stop teaching. Because real learning depends on reasoning and active thinking. Most people lack these skills. They rely on being fed information, not seeking it themselves. Teaching them becomes a waste of your time and theirs. Glowing star rule number 29. Those who transform fully must first destroy their mental limits. You weren't born with your thoughts. They were planted by family, school, and society. Most people absorb the beliefs of the class they were born into, and then live out those fates. To break out, you must destroy those inherited beliefs. Eliminate low-level thinking. Inject high-level thinking into your worldview. But this is hard. When people encounter ideas that challenge their reality, they instinctively resist. They reject. They even attack. True transformation only begins when you reject your former self. This is the path to mental freedom. Glowing Star Rule number 30. Your soul is everything they can't see. What is a soul? It's sincerity, compassion, lived experience, bravery, a sharp gaze, a soft worry behind the eyes, knowledge, loneliness, and rapid thought. The soul can't be seen, but it can be felt. And when souls connect, love arises naturally. Glowing Star Rule number 31. Magnetic character comes from depth. Truly mature people radiate a kind of invisible power. Be around them and you feel more alive, more grounded, more clear. They read your thoughts, empathize, and guide you not with ego but with presence. Why? Because they've walked every road you've just started on. Glowing Star Rule number 32. You become the environment you're in. If you surround yourself with shallow thinkers, guess what you become? Their beliefs seep into your subconscious and alter your awareness without you realizing it. We don't criticize individuals, but we must be ruthless about ideas. Treat everyone kindly but guard your mind fiercely. Because the information you consume determines your thoughts, your decisions, and ultimately your results. Poor input equals poor output. So stay close to people who challenge you, uplift you, and expose you to advanced thinking. Glowing Star Rule number 33. Say no clearly and early. When you decline someone, do it with firmness. Don't be vague. Don't let them hope. If you can't help, be honest. They'll find another way. But if you leave them hanging, they'll waste time and may blame you later. In business or in love, unclear rejection causes damage. Always be kind, but be clear. Vagueness is cruelty. Glowing Star Bonus Rule. Never let someone hope aimlessly. Giving false hope is not kindness, it's manipulation. Don't string someone along just to avoid discomfort. Don't treat people like backups or toys. You may not see the pain you cause, but it always comes back. Glowing Star Lifelong learning is the only real asset after work. Study. And once you've learned, apply it. Don't be idle. Keep working. Keep learning. Keep training your body. Years from now, you'll thank yourself for using every moment wisely. Use your time with intention. Balance action and reflection. Glowing Star Final Note. Don't let comfort fool you. Some people think they've made it after one lucky break. Especially in the 1980s and 1990s, many believed a single windfall meant permanent freedom. But they misunderstood progress. They stopped evolving and time left them behind. Feeling a bit of anxiety? Good. It means you're awake. It reminds you to keep moving forward. To never take anything for granted. Even if you're holding a weak hand, play it wisely. Play it relentlessly. Because in the end, how you play matters more than the cards you were dealt. Folded hands. If this content sparked even a single insight, leave a comment and share what resonated most. Subscribe to Prosperity Magic for more wisdom that lasts a lifetime. We're only just getting started.